Hey vinyl community, this is Chris. Good Thursday evening to everybody, and I'm here to do a Gimme 10 video for the year 1951. I noticed that Sounds Strange had just posted this morning, or for me it was this morning, his 1952 Gimme 10. So I'm only a year behind after I make this. So before we get started, I'm trying out a different microphone. When I initially installed it, it set the output to the microphone itself. So I was recording on the microphone, and then it was going to play back on the microphone. So as microphones being an input device, I didn't get any playback sound, and eventually figured that out. But so cheers to everyone. I'm drinking an Unveiled Brewing Company Double India Pale Ale. But for some reason they don't indicate where they're from. But you see that picture there, a hair that looks like it's half in a X-ray. I guess that's the unveiling. So anyway, all right, so this video is around 10. I think I ended up with 11 for this year, but give me 10 for things that were related to 1951, either recorded in 51 or composed in 51. Majority of these are recorded or released in 1951. There's a couple of exceptions, and I'll try to point those out, but we'll see. As I said, Sounds Strange has already done 1951, 1950 through 1952. So if you watch his videos, you'll get all the content. If you watch my videos, I'll just show you some album covers, basically. So to start with, we have Concerto for Two Pianos. This is Vaughan Williams. Sorry about that. And the two pianists are Jack Lowe and Arthur Whitmore. And with the Orchestra of Philadelphia. This is on RCA. This old maroon RCA label from 1951. And next we have, also on RCA, Keyboard Giants of the Past. Now this was issued in 1962. Got that upside down shaded dog there. But it's got pianists recorded between 1923 and 1951. So the 1951 track is William Kapell doing Liszt, Hungarian Rhapsody number 11 in A minor, which is the last track on here. Oops. Right there. All right, here's one that was composed in 1951. Gunther Schuller, Sonata for Oboe and Piano. This was released on the Finadar label in 1982. So this is played by James Osternick and on oboe and Randall Hodgkinson on piano. And then just to throw an oddball in here, the greatest hits of John Lee Hooker. So these are songs that he recorded between 48 and 51. This is on the Kent label. And I've forgotten the release date of this, but recordings that included 1951. Now here's another one that was released in 1951. Artur Runenstein doing Chopin's Polonaise as Volume 1. It's Polonaises 1 through 6 on RCA again. So that maroon RCA label. Now, I've got this box set. Rubinstein Plays Chopin. It includes all the Polonaises, waltzes, nocturnes, impromptus, and preludes. So I haven't investigated enough to know if this is just, including these, or if he re-recorded them again. So this is a 6 LP box set to get all those things. And I've also got this Rubinstein Playing the Waltzes. This is a 2 LP set. So again, not sure if these 3 records that I showed comprise half of this. But all right, another one from released in 1951. This is Robert Casadesus doing Schumann Etudes Symphoniques Opus 13 and Beethoven Sonata No. 31 in A-flat major, Opus 110 on the Columbia label. And at that time the Columbia, or at least mine, looks like this with this blue issue Columbia. And then also from 1951, this is on Decca, more Beethoven, as played by Wilhelm Kempff. Sonata 21 and 28. Sonata 21 is also known as the Waldstein Sonata, and 28 doesn't seem to have a popular name for it. So on the Decca label, this gold version. And then here we've got one called the Mighty Five. So 5 different composers: Balakirev, Borodin, Chi, not familiar with him, Mussorgsky, and Rimsky-Korsakov. This is on the and Mikhail Shane is the pianist. And this is on the Allegro label. So this includes compositions from I think this was a 1951 issue, released in 1951. And the Allegra label, Allegra Classics, looks like this. And then more albums released in 1951. This is Sibelius Symphony No. 2, as played by the Boston Symphony Orchestra with Serge Kozovitzky as the conductor. On RCA Victor. More of that maroon RCA label. So, Jean Sibelius, Symphony No. 2. And getting down towards the end, here's Ernest Block on the Musical Heritage Society label. This includes, over here, these were composed in 1951, Suite Herbraique. And there's the Musical Heritage Society label. So, music for piano and violin. Viola and piano. Ernst Wallfisch, viola, and Laurie Wallfisch on piano. So compositions from 1951. And now two more releases from 1951. The complete piano music of Maurice Ravel. So this is as played by Robert Casadesus. And this is volume 1. This Columbia 6i Masterworks label. And this is volume 3. Same label. So that's the 10 items from 1951. And now just 2 related to 1952 that Rob at Sound Strange had shown. He had a couple that he recommended, but didn't have a media to show. So this one is the first one that it doesn't really reflect what he recommended, but it's the same artist, Rudolf Escher. This is complete piano music as played by Sepp Grotenhuis. This is on the Ottavo label, released in 2001. So piano music by the same composer that Rob had shown for his 1952 selections. And then this one actually does reflect what he recommended. This is Karl-Heinz Stockhausen complete piano music. Alois Kontarski on piano. And so this includes Klavierstück 1 through 4, which were the compositions that were shown in the sound, or recommended in the Sound Strange video. So this is, don't know if this will work out. It's kind of a dark label, dark green, but Columbia. Oh, it's not so bad. So there we go, 1951 with a reference to 1952. And if I can, I will put together a 1952 Gimme 10 video, and if so, I'll be back in within a week or so. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you later.